Do you feel like impulse spending cripples you, that you have to do better to get ahead? Then I've got good news for you. Not all impulse spending is bad. So you don't have to ditch all of it. You just need to do it the right way. We're going to start to talk about what that actually looks like in today's episode. So let's do this. If you're ready to create those unstoppable finances, to finally ditch that stress, struggle, and frustration for good, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. I'm so excited to be here. We're talking about impulse spending today. So just really quick, before we really dive in, we're going to scratch the surface today. But if you're somebody that knows like, okay, I need to do better at this to actually get ahead, then go right now, register for the Impulse Spending Like a Pro. You'll learn the right way to impulse inside this challenge. So just go register, okay? Link is in the show notes. But today let's talk about why. Let's start to talk about impulse spending, right? So why do we impulse spend? I find there's kind of like three main things that make us impulse spend. And this is emotional. This is, most of it comes back to emotional and mental, but it can be an emotional, like we've had a rough day, so we go impulse shopping. This can be emotional in the fact that we feel we deserve it. This can be emotional in the fact that we don't want to know where things are at, which kind of goes back to the we deserve it. So most of the time we're buying out of our feelings, right? Which again, it's not always bad. We need to have those feelings, but again, we need to have the right feelings. So do we need to stop all impulse spending? No, we don't. And there we go, end of the episode, right? Like not all impulse spending is bad, but in order to learn to do it the right way, we need to be aware of all the impulse spending that we do. Now, how do you do that? You have a budget. And if you're percentage-based budgeting for your money management system, like I recommend, this is so simple because we do need to impulse spend. We have that category within your money management system, our play account. Part of that is designed for impulse spending. And your play account is so vital. And this is why we don't need to stop all impulse spending, okay? Right here. We have to have a positive association with money. If you don't have a positive association with money, you're setting yourself up for failure because we're not going to do the work that we need to if you're dreading it. If you feel like you never get to do anything fun with your money that you work so hard to do, work so hard for, you're not going to do the things that you need to do. Like do what you need to, and we need to see that reward. Your reward being able to do things with your money. Now, I'm not saying that you've done a little bit of work and let's go buy a Ferrari. We got to be reasonable here, but we do need to spend money. That is why not all impulse spending is bad. And if you set this up the right way, so it's a portion of your income is segmented, it's separated out, it's not in with the other obligations that you have, you can impulse spend without the guilt because you know you have the money for it because you've designated the money. Now we're going to talk probably next month on an episode about pulling weeds. Okay. So just a quick teaser here. The book Time, Money, Freedom by Ray and Jessica Higdon. I read this book in 2020. And in 2021, for the Mompreneur Mastery Summit, we gave this book away as a gift. And now I absolutely loved it. And there was one thing that they talk about is picking weeds. And that's eliminating like friction. And we really can't go into it a whole lot in today's episode because we're talking about impulse spending. But when you've done this the right way, a way that you can impulse spend, you have the money to pick the weeds to make your life easier. So it's not just impulse spending because, ooh, I want a new thing. It's impulse spending because, ooh, I need this to make my life better. to make it where I can show up as the best version of myself. Especially moms out there. I know we've all had those days that we are just wiped. Okay, you had dinner planned. Maybe it wasn't enough time to get it in the crock pot or something happened and you are just wiped. Now, there are times when we talk about meal planning made easy, like we have those go-to meals as backup. And if hopefully you've got support system, like I know I can ask my spouse to help and he'll make dinner. Like he made dinner last night. But there also is something about, you know what? Like I just want to recharge. Like, let's go get something to eat, but somewhere that I want to eat, not trying to eat the cheapest thing possible because we're really not supposed to be going out to eat. I don't know if we have the money in the budget or it's not in the budget. When you have that play account, you can know that it's there and it's done automatically. When you set this up again the right way, it's there. And then it's kind of fun whenever you're like, let's plan a date night. And I don't know if we have money to do this. If like I handle the finances. So my husband's like, well, I don't know like how much money we have. And I can pull up the account and send a picture of it to him. Like we have a lot more than we think we do because we make this a priority. So we can take care of the things that we want to, and we don't feel the guilt when we want to buy something. Because if we don't have that positive money association, we're going to set ourselves up for failure. It might not be today. It might not be this month. It might not be this year, but you're going to burn yourself out because you are not feeling the reward of what you're doing. So surprise, surprise, impulse spending, it's a mindset issue. We know so many things that we do come back to our mindset, and having the right mindset is how you're going to impulse spend the right way. So yes, we do need to impulse spend. We need to be able to have money to spend things that we want to do. But we need to be aware of what we're impulse spending on. That's where your budget, your money management system is going to come in. We need to have these systems in place to have those unstoppable finances that you deserve. So as we wrap up today, my question, my challenge for you that I want you to send me a message on Instagram. Let me know. How do you feel now? Do you feel relieved knowing that you can impulse spend, that there is a right way to do this? There's hope at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't have to be a struggle. And are you registered for the impulse spending like a pro challenge? So get registered. Send me a message on Instagram. Let me know that you're registered and let me know if you have hope now that we can impulse spend. We're going to be diving into all the things, how this works inside the challenge. So just go get registered because I know this is going to be game changing because I hear it all the time that impulse spending cripples me and I know I need to do better to get ahead. This is your way to do better. We're going to start off the new year with a bang. You're going to get to impulse spend. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't spend money. We need to spend money to create that wealth that you're looking for, to create those unstoppable finances. And that's it for now. We'll see you next week on the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Bye for now.